Everything from global markets to global security. The Wall Street Journal reports the Pentagon is now, as we said, weighing whether to send some 10,000 additional ground troops to the Middle East to give President Trump the option to deliver what Axios sources are calling a, quote, final blow to Iran. This as CENTCOM releases new video showing U.S. forces carrying out precision strikes across Iran. Meanwhile, Israel confirms it has begun a wide-scale wave of strikes in Tehran. On the Iran retaliation front, Saudi Arabia says it intercepted 6 missiles. The UAE reports 15 ballistic missiles from Iran were intercepted. And Kuwait says its main commercial port has been attacked by hostile drones. What does this all indicate for U.S. involvement in the quickly destabilizing Middle East? Because that's how the markets are moving. Will Iran respond to the threat of boots on the ground with a counter-ceasefire proposal? Joining me now, live from Sofia, Bulgaria, former CENTCOM Deputy Commander and retired Navy Vice Admiral, who's also admirable, Robert Harward. Admiral, thank you for joining us. The Pentagon has yet to deny the report that 10,000 additional troops might be heading that way. If true, from your perspective and your expertise, what does that mean? A ground war invasion?
Well, it's possible, but there's a lot of other uses for those folks. They can do maritime interception ops. We can seize ships like we did in Venezuela. And there's a lot of places to go in and establish a bulkhead. You've talked about Karg. You have not talked about Abadan, which is up the Shatt al-Arab and borders Iraq through its waterway. That presents their largest refinery and processing plants. Other islands that are in the region that help you control the straits, such as Abadan's lower tomb, bigger tomb island. So it gives the Department of War a lot of options for the president to how they use these troops and what they can do with them, much less sending a signal to the people of Iran that we're committed to see this through to regime change.
So what you are saying is it doesn't necessarily have to be that these 10,000 troops, which again, the Pentagon has neither denied nor confirmed, if they were to go to the region, they don't necessarily land in Tehran or certainly on the coast of Iran, but you're saying that they could work in the Strait of Hormuz, work perhaps in the Persian Gulf to secure that or to at least open it up because nothing's going through.
You got it. They can board every ship, every track. We could flood the region through the straits with all sorts of vessels to present a problem for the Iranians. Are they going to target those? And when they do, since we control the air, can they strike it? So there's a lot of ways you can shape your strategy to get after this problem, in addition to all the devastation they're causing throughout Iran right now. So, again, you'll have to see how this plays out the next few days, but everyone's focused on getting the oil moving, and these are all options that would contribute to that.
Yeah, when people see 10,000 troops, in the grand scheme of things, of course, every single soldier matters to us deeply. But in the grand scheme of things, and you look at all of the headlines saying 10,000 troops, and again, we're waiting on confirmation, still, that makes people nervous, especially when Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth had vowed 2 days after the U.S. first struck Iran on February 28th that this would not be an endless war like Iraq or Afghanistan. If we send that many troops, is that still a promise he can keep?
Well, let's put it in perspective. In the PACOM area of operations, we've got 350,000 troops. And we used to keep 50,000 in the region until the Obama administration pivoted to the Pacific and took assets out of the theater. So this is not uncommon. We've had forces in the region before, it helps your defensive and your offensive options. So this is not anything unusual. And the height of the war in Iraq, we had 260,000 troops in the region. So again, 10,000 is not anything that indicates a broader land warfare. It just presents options for signaling to the Iranian regime, to the Iranian people, and giving you a foothold in Iran should you choose to do that.
Admiral, really quickly, we have watched the president say many, many times we have demolished all of their missile capabilities, et cetera. Well, now there is news that maybe the U.S. can only confirm the destruction of about a third of Iran's missile arsenal. On top of that, March 20th, Iran carried out that mid-range ballistic strike on Diego Garcia. That's the U.S.-UK operated base in the Indian Ocean, very far away. That distance that missile was about to travel, it wasn't a pinpoint strike, but nonetheless, that does make people concerned that perhaps Iran might still have quite an arsenal, or at least one that can still do a lot of damage. From your CENTCOM spidey sense, what do you think is really going on with Tehran? What do you think the Islamic regime still has?
Or they're trying to hold on to power. And so they're going to merit and ration what they use to ensure they can keep this going, even if the numbers are dwindling. It's funny, I've been in 5 capitals here in Europe this week, from Warsaw to Sofia to Athens, and all of them understand the problem and all of them in support. And they say that to us. They know this threat, especially with a missile that they know could hit Europe, not just Diego Garcia. So they understand the long-term threat this presents. And you can see signs of their support, where I cannot mention them here, but you can physically see how they're supporting operations in Iran. So that commit from will lead, I think, ultimately to their assistance and focus on the Straits of Hormuz as well. So back to the missiles, as we said this whole time, shut down the missiles. It's not just the missiles, it's the drones. And so they're tracking that every day. Yeah. And I think, some of their allies are part of the problem, although they're not acknowledging it.
Well, when anybody says that there wasn't an imminent threat, all they have to see is that missile that hit Diego Garcia. And they really need to understand that this menace to the Middle East and to the rest of the world is very real. Admiral, thank you for joining us.
Thanks. And again, you nailed it just right. We did this at a time of our choosing. If Iran had done it as a time of their choosing, it would have been an even more significant problem.
Understood. Safe travels, sir. Thank you.